Kamikaze Chris wasn't your typical street racer. He didn't come from money, didn't have the best equipment, and wasn't supposed to make it to the top. But he did, through grit, determination, and a fearless drive that made him a legend on street Outlaws. His story isn't just about racing fast cars. It's about rising from nothing, defying the odds, and pushing past limits, even when the road ahead turned tragic. Growing up in a working-class Oklahoma City home, Chris knew struggle early on. His family wasn't just broke. They were barely scraping by. Hand-me-down clothes weren't just second-hand. They were stained, worn thin, and past their prime. If Chris wanted anything, he had to figure it out himself. And what he wanted more than anything was to race. But his journey didn't start with cars. It started on dirt bikes. By the age of 3, Chris was already riding, and while other kids played in parks, he was working odd jobs to keep his bike running. He mowed lawns, chopped trees, pumped gas, anything to fund his need for speed. He wasn't just a kid who liked to ride, he was a competitor. Racing against older, more experienced riders didn't scare him. It fueled him. He had a work ethic most adults couldn't match, one he learned from his dad, a drag boat racer who lived by a simple rule. You break it, you fix it. That mindset followed Chris into his teenage years, where his love for racing expanded to cars. It was during high school that he met Justin Big Chief Shearer, a meeting that felt like two puzzle pieces snapping into place. Both were competitive, both obsessed with speed, and neither backed down from a challenge. Their bond wasn't just built on racing. It was forged in the late nights spent wrenching on Big Chief's now iconic Pontiac Le Mans, the Crow. Chris wasn't just a driver. He was the guy who stayed up all night making sure the car was ready to run. Chris eventually found his own path, jumping from a Chevy Ella V to a Blazer, then a '71 Chevelle, a loud emerald green beast that looked more like a base boat than a race car. It wasn't pretty, but it was fast. And fast was all that mattered. He wasn't afraid to muscle his car down the road, walking the line between control and chaos, earning him the nickname Kamikaze. When Chris joined Street Outlaws in its 3rd season, his raw, fearless style made him a fan favorite. He wasn't polished or flashy. He was real. And his black El Camino, once owned by his late friend Tyler Flip Pretty, became an icon. That car wasn't just a machine. It was a symbol of everything Chris stood for: resilience, loyalty, and heart. But the same car that helped make him a star would also bring him face to face with disaster. In the unforgiving world of street racing, even the toughest drivers can't outrun fate forever.